It wasn't a problem as such, it was the need to further develop ourselves as a team. We were a relatively new team that had come together in the last sort of 2 to 3 years, had some measure of success in that couple of years, but knew that we needed to go further, and really wanted to identify what were the things that high-performing teams did that we didn't, and therefore where was that gap and how do we need to change in order to achieve that.
I think it was as well, for some of us it was a first bod position, and it was understanding what that role required, what you needed to do, and I guess something about confidence, self-confidence from my perspective in terms of being able to operate in that role.
I think the Hogan analysis that we did, and the fact that that focuses on your own behaviours and how that contributes to the team achievement was a bit of revelation for me. So, recognising what your own default behaviour is and that kind of self-awareness, what you need to change in that, and how that can affect the whole kind of team behaviour and dynamic. That was brand new for me and very powerful, I thought.
I think there was some self-learning. I think we'd recognised, just doing some work ourselves already as a team, that there were things we could probably do differently or maybe do better to in terms of how we worked together and worked as a team. Like Simon said, we were a fairly new team, we'd had a restructure, so things had changed slightly and the group dynamics had changed as well, as people's roles had also changed. And it was making sure that we were doing the right thing, getting the best out of the time that we got available, utilising people's skills and experiences in the right way, and I think and how we supported each other to do that as well. So we've done the teamwork, we did a lot around the rocket model, which I think's worked really well. That's what we've talked about, we'd really like to take forward when we've got our new senior leadership team in place next year, and that's worked really well. And then the one-to-one coaching, I think, has worked for us.
So it's that combination of the analysis that gives you the data to work on, then the one-to-one coaching to see how you're going to change your own behaviour, combined with the team coaching sessions. That the dovetailing of those three works really well.
I think there's two sides to that. So there's the individual results and then there's the team outcomes as well. I think individually, or from my perspective, one of the things that I found through the coaching sessions especially, was I was quite insecure in terms of whether, how had I earned my place on the board. And I felt I'd done it by accident a little bit, so I was not quite confident in terms of my ability to do that. And I know we talked and you talked about this imposter syndrome, and it really made me challenge myself in terms of my thinking, pull myself up a little bit, to say, actually, you're doing a good job, and if you weren't doing a good job, Simon would have told you by now, or the results wouldn't be there. So it was changing my way of thinking and my perspective on things. The challenge is to do something different and to try different things and not be set. That what came out from my Hogan was that I was quite cautious in terms of what I did, and I might have the ideas, but I was still, sort of probably behind the others in terms of wanting to take them forward, and having that permission. And it did feel like permission to do something different. And I've tried a number of things, sort of different things to do, and I lost that quite quickly. That actually, I am in the right place, I am in the job, definitely. I think I've earned my place there. There's still a lot more to do, there's still a lot more to challenge, but it's learning now, and it's learning as part of the role and not fearing that you're in the wrong place.
And I think at a group level, it's given us the collective courage to make some quite difficult decisions in the last 4 to 5 months about the structure of the organisation, and a bit of short-term pain for long-term gain. And we're going through quite a tough time at the moment in implementing that, but we're all really confident that it's the right thing to do, and will give us a much better outcome at the end of it.